examined everything. Oh no, we haven't. Just keep examining. Fuck it. So there's a paint palette here, no surprise there, considering this is an art room. Looks like someone mixed yellow and red to make orange. Ooh. Fancy. So I prefer yellow, you on the other hand are way too red. What's that supposed to mean? I think this is saying that the two of us have to work together to solve the case. Or to solve this case. Ooh, what if this is Professor Cart sending us a message from beyond the grave? What about the blob right next to it? The one with red and green? Maybe she's implying that you need more delicious greens in your diet. Are you saying Professor Cart is watching over our dietary habits from the pearly gates? Okay. Have I examined everything now? No. Ah, the bloodstain. Duh. Wow. The one thing I didn't think to examine. Hey, this area with the rope around it. That's where we detected a large bloodstain. In short, the victim was stabbed here or somewhere close by. The fact that there's no visible blood means it was wiped up with something, right? Right. But we were able to detect trace amounts of blood. Merely wiping it up does not remove all evidence of wrongdoing. And that, in a nutshell, is justice, right? I'd appreciate it if you let me have the cool lines. Poor guy. I've examined everything now, I think. Now can I go somewhere else? Nope. Where else can I go? Maintenance area. Like it was just Apollo with us. The outdoor stage. Clavier. Art room I'm just going back to. I mean, I've already examined the clock and stuff. Oh yeah, we've already covered this. Wait. Oh my god, is that why? Because I didn't examine the wire. I thought I did when I went over the spool. Ah, bullshit. Some wire and a winch. So this is how they reeled the banners in and out. There's a nice view of the stage from here. Prosecutor Gavin is still standing in front of the broken statue. So it really wasn't you, Apollo. Don't worry, you can tell me. I won't tell anyone. I'll never clear my name unless we catch the real culprit. Well, I think we've examined pretty much everything we can. Fuck you. By the way, did Prosecutor Blackwell happen to tell you anything about tomorrow's trial? In justice we trust. It's no use trying to pry more information out of me. Having just learned that the clock had been 1 hour fast, means we're back to square one concerning the suspect's actions that day. I wonder what the main argument will be about now. How the body was moved would be my guess, but Prosecutor Blackwell's got his own plans. Oh, does he now? Detective Fulbright? Try as you might, I won't say another word about the investigation. No, I wasn't going to ask about that. I was just wondering if you'd seen Robin. Oh, you mean Miss Robin Newman. She was just here a moment ago. And she mumbled something about watching videos in the lecture hall. Video? What video? Thanks, Detective. Athena, I think we should stop by the lecture hall. Right, let's go. There we go. All because I didn't examine the bloody wire. Ah. Can't believe it. That's dumb. Like, I examined the wire, I just didn't specify. I think it was more so that I examined the window or something. I'm not entirely sure. So dumb. Oh well. There she is. Robin! Hey, Robin! Oh, Athena. Apollo. Oh god, it's Phineas Filch's theme. What are you watching there? Oh, it just so happens to be a video of the mock trial. I had to use a bit of coercion to get it, but the end justifies the means, right? There it is again. Professor Means sure has a lot of influence around here. Care to look into the true connection between the murder and the mock trial with me? Sounds great, but do you mind if we ask you some questions first? Sure. I'll tell you anything you want. Why did you confess? About your confession today, why'd you do it? Because Juniper hasn't done anything wrong. I had to stop the trial by any means possible. Right. The end justify the means. So you're a follower of Professor Means too? Professor Means is a wonderful teacher, as was Professor Cart. I like them both. B-O-T-H. She brushed that one off like a pro. But with that style of justice, you run the risk of breaking the law. Well, I'm prepared to quit school because of this case. What? Why? I want to be an artist. That's what I really want, man. But no, my parents forced me to study to become a prosecutor. But if the trial went south, you'd have to drop out and give up on being a prosecutor. That's what you're really after, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Talk about someone who literally changes at the bat of an eye. Or bat of an eyelash. Or the drop of a hat. I guess she's been dealing with her own problems too. That totally makes sense. Yeah, I suppose so. But that doesn't make what she did right. The day of the crime. Could you tell us about what you were doing on the night of the murder? Finishing a statue. I was on the stage until the last bell. That's right. You made the statues of Mr. Wright and Prosecutor Gavin, didn't you? Oh, yes. Yes, I did. Both of them. Okay. This is just a formality, but can you prove you were making the statues at that time? Can I prove it? You think I'm the killer now? No. That's not what I meant. Both you and Robin were still at school after 7 PM. But neither of them can prove exactly what they were doing. Could one of them really have murdered Professor Cart? Who knows? Now that the secret's out... Have there been any problems now that everyone here knows you're a girl? No worries there. I discussed the matter with Professor Cart some time ago. I told her I wanted to let everyone know I was really a girl. And just today I found out that she spoke with the school administration on my behalf. Wow, they must really like you. I know, right? But now I can finally be myself here at school. I don't have to hide the fact that I love girly clothes. That's why, Athena, I simply must have this and this by any means possible. What? But this is evidence we need for the trial. Sorry, but no can do. Oh, don't be a party pooper, Athena. Come on, please. Pretty please. Stage costume related evidence taken in classic and justify the means style. Oh, darn it. Anyway, thank you again, Athena. Thank you for revealing who I really am. I wanted everyone to know before the snitch found out. The snitch? Sounds like a new lead. The snitch? It's not going to be Scuttlebutt, is it? That'd be awful. There's a rumour going around that one of the students here is a snitch. I hear they're watching everything we do. Our activities, our relationships, our interests. And reporting it all to one of the professors. But why would anyone do that? Officially, I heard it's to seek out misconduct among the student body. But rumour has it grades were being bought and sold through this surveillance network. That's bribery. The situation at Themis Legal Academy is worse than I thought. While all of this is important stuff, I still want to ask about that thing in the art room. I'll have to present some evidence to show her what I'm talking about, though. Alright, let's present a Rooney. Yeah, about this. Robin, I just remembered something I wanted to ask you. This photo shows a piece of art on the table. Do you know what that is? Whoa! Look at that unique artistic sense. That has to be one of Professor Cart's creations, man. Professor Cart's artistic sense? Or lack thereof. Her artistic sense. Professor Cart's artistic sense. That's a tough one. I'd say it's avant-garde and very eclectic. In other words, it's weird and all over the place. Yeah, it's accurate. Come to think of it, that strange-looking painting in the art room was one of Professor Cart's works, wasn't it? The statue in that photo was originally a statue of Lady Justice. Lady Justice? Professor Cott had planned on placing it on the judge's bench in the lecture hall. But the day before the mock trial, it broke while she was polishing it. She said she'd take it back to the art room and try to fix it somehow. So this is the statue in its proper state. You bet. Just look at that wild silhouette. Wow, it's so cute. I don't get it. Do you have to be an artist to appreciate stuff like this? Probably. The Lady Justice that you put back together on that stage. Oh right, I didn't realise before because it was in pieces. But before it was smashed, maybe it didn't look like Lady Justice, but more like it does in the photo. But what in the world was it doing on the stage? Oh. It was found broken on stage. Professor Cott had remade it into a completely different looking statue before the mock trial. Oh. Well, I think that about covers it. Okay, then how about watching the mock trial video with me? What do you say? Sure, sounds good to me. So how do you want to watch it? All classroom desks at this school have their own built-in computer, you know? Oh. Wow, this place is definitely a lot cushier than I thought. I know you guys are in a hurry, so I'll just fast forward to the important parts. Let's start with the professor's pre-trial speech. Okay. Whoa! Good afternoon, I would like to start by thanking you for coming here today. Oh, that sounds like Professor Means. The mock trial, the crown jewel event of the school festival, will begin shortly. Is the camera like this the whole time? Yeah. It's in a fixed position at in front of the stage. When I was a student, I too could hardly wait for this day to come. How come teachers' speeches always make me so sleepy? Let's just skip to the end of his speech. Yeah, good idea. Before we all fall asleep. Whoa! Now, let the mock trial begin. Hey, what's the deal here? Why is Junie so large in this shot? Looks to me like she cut right in front of the camera. Juniper was also in charge of the audio, even though she was already playing a part in the mock trial itself. She had to do it to keep the script details secret. She was all over the place that day. Okay. When she wasn't in the trial, she was in the audio control room dealing with the music. Ooh, so this is what the lecture hall looks like. Looks like there's a judge's bench back by the screen and a witness stand up front. What about those balconies with the professors' names on them? Those are the faculty seats. Judge Means and Professor Cott were in charge of scoring the mock trial. Lecture hall diagram added to the court record. Oh, a diagram of the lecture hall where the mock trial took place. Okay, let's fast forward this a bit. And that's why the defendant is definitely guilty. Ah, that was me. Could you tell? Objection! A frail co-ed used her bare hands to stab her professor with an arrow? I don't think so. You read that line in the mock trial, Apollo, but you made it sound kind of weird. Cut me some slack. It was my first time reading that script. I think Juniper's going to speak next. I didn't do it. I had suffered a breakdown and pretty much lost it. It's true, I shouted, "You're a goner." Oh, but I didn't mean it. Wow, what an emotional performance. She put a real actress to shame. Wait, could you go back and play that scene again? Sure, why? You really think that's necessary? Yeah, I do indeed. I didn't do it, I suffered a breakdown and pretty much lost it. Then I shouted. It's true, I shouted, "You're a goner." But I didn't mean it. Stop, did you hear that? I think you're onto something. Let's play that last part again. Oh my god, are you shitting me? I don't follow. What are you guys so excited about? I think this piece of evidence should explain it. Time to show Robin a piece of evidence that links the line we just heard to the case. Tape recorder. Where the fuck is it? Wait. Oh, it was there. God, it looks weird. There we go. You're a goner. I'm sure you remember this. It contains a female voice. Female voice shouting a violent threat. I'll play it for you. You're a goner. The voices and performance do sound similar, but I can't believe this is happening. It's just a possibility, but if the voice on this tape is really a recording, one made from the mock trial video, then that means this evidence was fabricated. Oh ho ho. They didn't get to do a voice print analysis in time for court today. That's why the gender of the voice became so important. And if the real killer had foreseen that gender would become key in today's trial, he would have tried to deflect attention away from himself by making the suspect female. So basically, the only one with something to gain from doing this is our sole male suspect. Ooh. Okay. Wait a second. No way! Professor Means' credo is the end justifies the means. So it makes perfect sense that a student who took those words to heart would fabricate evidence. We need to get that tape analysed as soon as possible. The voice on the tape says you're a goner just like in Junie's script. It may be fake. Allow me to assist you with that. Uh-oh, is it Means? Oh no, it's Clavier. Good. Prosecutor Gavin. At least make some kind of noise so we know you're there. It's go big or go home with rockstar entrances, Fraulein. Timing is everything. Let me make a copy of that tape right now, and I'll get you the results as soon as I can. I trust that would be alright. Very much so. Thanks. Well, Athena, it's almost sundown. Isn't it about time we head over to the detention centre? I think Junie will agree that this is something they could prove her innocence. But will her heart really be open to accepting it? She had to have known that this was what I'd find. Well, we'll find out. Howdy. Visitor's room. And that about covers the main gist of our investigation. I see. Very interesting. You've been quite the busy beaver today. Thank you for all your hard work, Athena. Well, my time is about up, and it'll be getting dark soon, so... Junie, you must be tired after being on your feet all day. You should go home and... No, wait. You have to listen to me. I don't want to hear anymore. I know what you're going to say, Athena. Junie, you promised. We're going to discover the truth behind this murder mystery. We're going to bring you solid evidence showing just what that truth is. If we succeed in doing that, I want you to promise that you'll accept it, Junie, no matter how hard it is to hear. Okay. But only if it's the real truth. So please just listen to what I have to say. Once you've heard me out, I'll let you decide what to do. Yes! Suspicions about O'Connor. The voice in this recording has been proven to be yours, Junie. And in the mock trial video, we can hear you reading your line from the script. We're having both of them analysed now, but from what I can tell, the voices are the same. And the only one who'd benefit from faking the voice recording would be Hugh. But that doesn't make any sense. I mean, Hugh confessed in order to protect me. This may sound strange, but his confession is a ploy to make himself look less suspicious. In other words, he was just pretending to protect you. Besides, his confession came after you and Robin had already confessed. If he hadn't confessed right then as well, wouldn't that have seemed a little suspicious? Say what you will, Athena, but none of us would hurt a fly, let alone kill someone. Hugh is a gifted student. He gets outstanding grades and never causes trouble. Wait, Athena? My bracelet reacted just now. It did? But why? Ooh. Junie, can you look... Pardon me, can you look me in the eye and repeat what you just said? Oh, none of us would hurt a fly, let alone kill someone. Hugh is a gifted student, he gets outstanding grades and never causes trouble. Hoo hoo hoo. No, I'm sure of it. She's lying. Perceive! Yeah, it's time to perceive. Whoop. So Hugh is a gifted student. God, look at all the detail. I'll just keep moving this around. Gifted student, nothing. Outstanding grades. Whoa, whoa. Oh. Never causes trouble. Gotcha! Jesus. Juniper, you start coughing when you're under stress. Oh dear. You can't hide it from me no matter how hard you try. When you said, and never causes trouble, a cough escaped and made your scarf flutter. As for why you were stressed, it's because you were lying. Junie, you're trying to hide Hugh's connection to this case, aren't you? And I believe that also ties into a secret about yourself. A secret? About me? I don't understand. I already told Juniper, so I might as well tell you. I don't really care about her anymore. What? Why? Juniper's not all sunshine and rainbows like you think she is. Right. He ended their friendship after he found out about Junie's secret. Which means Hugh must have felt betrayed by Junie, making her... Ooh. Accomplice, the killer, the snitch? Oh, wait. Oh no, she's not the... Is she the snitch? You were Professor Cart's snitch, weren't you? There's a rumor going around that one of the students here is a snitch. I hear they're watching everything we do. Our activities, our relationships, our interests. They're reporting it all to one of the professors. And while fulfilling that role, you learned something about Hugh you'd rather forget. I don't know what you're talking about. Junie, please, stop hiding things from me. I hate having to force things out of you like this. Looks like we're going to have to do this the hard way. Time to review the evidence and see if I can't prove my hypothesis. I must have something that proves Junie's the snitch and Hugh's connection to the case. Wait, so she's Professor Cart's... snitch. Would it be in her planner? That would also explain why that says Hugh 120. Not entirely sure what the 120 means. But, the planner? Routine report. Yeah. The routine report could be. So right here in Professor Cart's planner it says, routine report. I believe this is meant to mean when the snitch would report in to Professor Cart. I also believe Professor Cart planned to meet Hugh in private, based on the snitch's info. And from their meeting, Hugh must have put 2 and 2 together and figured out your secret. So you see, it all makes sense only if you're the snitch, Junie. Oh no. So that must be what that note was. So she is the snitch. Forgive me, Athena. I've been lying to you this whole time. The truth is, I suspected Hugh from the start. You did? Now this is surprising. Ooh. I'm so sorry. I've talked about friendship so much, but I've been a terrible friend. Juniper, I don't have that special kind of hearing that Athena does. But I don't need it to sense the pain you're feeling inside. And its intensity is directly proportional to how you feel about your friend. Am I right? I follow. Please, Junie, tell me why you suspected Hugh. I have a feeling that will be the key to getting to the bottom of this whole case. Yes! Suspicions about O'Connor. What exactly was your role as class snitch? Professor Cott had told me how Academy alumni had strayed from the path of justice. The dark age of the law, huh? She didn't want any more of our students going astray like that. But few others at the Academy shared her view. Oh. I thought her ideas were beautiful, though sad and unrealistic. She asked you to be her eyes and ears, didn't she? I used to report to her once a month about any wrongdoings I'd seen or heard about. And that report session in her planner, the one from October 22nd, was a part of that. Yes, that's when I reported Hugh to Professor Court. She snitched on her own friend. Your report on O'Connor. I had accidentally overheard Hugh talking. What did you hear? He was talking to someone on the phone. I think it was one of his parents. What were they talking about? Something about having paid money for good test scores? I only ever heard him talking, so I never did find out who the money was going to. What? That's bribery. Hugh was buying his way through school, and if that's the case, then that evidence that always seemed out of place might actually be his secret. Hugh 120. I don't understand the 120 though. Maybe they'll explain it. We found this while we were investigating the stage. It's got Hugh's name on it. October. Hugh 120. Unless it's like $120. Or whatever the currency is. I didn't know what the number meant at the time, but now that I'm hearing about bribes, it must mean that a bribe of 120... Okay, yeah, that makes more sense than 120 quid. Woo, boy, that's a lot of money. He's definitely privileged. Jesus. Must mean that a bribe of 120 grand was to be paid in October. What's more, take a look at this mark. It's from Court's planner. That same mark is on the pages of Professor Court's planner. Hey, you're right. But wait. But why would Professor Court have that kind of information in her planner? You don't really think the person who was taking the bribe money was... It's just a possibility at this point, but it may indeed have been Professor Court. But... That is impossible. She'd be the last person I'd ever suspect of accepting bribes. Like I said, it's just a possibility, but a rather good one. Maybe their private talk had to do with the possibility of the bribery being exposed. And what started out as a little argument soon got out of hand. It's not your fault, Junie. Anyone would have suspected Hugh if they knew what you knew. No, I don't believe that alone would have driven him to murder. There's another reason why I suspected Hugh. You've gotta be kidding me. There's another reason? Okay, your other reason. So I saw Hugh around 7 PM the day before the mock trial. Oh, so she's finally ready to talk about that. When I saw him, his cough cough. Oh, Athena. His cough cough cough. Junie, are you alright? Just try to relax and tell me what happened.
I never wanted to see what I did. But I'll have to live with it, won't I? In that hallway, Hugh's hands.
Oh god.
His hands were dripping with blood.
Why was he walking like a corpse? The fuck? Okay, why was that a cutscene? Alright, his hands were dripping with blood. What? But why? What am I going to do? Deep down I know Hugh can't be the killer. But my mind keeps telling me he is. No matter how hard I try to convince myself he isn't. A sniffle. Now what am I going to do? Hugh. He's... I can't take this anymore. So she hid the fact that she had seen Hugh and said she went home at 6 because... she wanted to avoid talking about what she saw. Junie, it must have been terrible holding all of that in. But it's going to be okay. I'll get to the bottom of this. And that's my promise from one good friend to another. I'll be defending Juniper tomorrow. If that's okay with you, Professor Means. My main concern is whether you can defeat that prosecutor. But I won't try to stop you. I will be watching from the gallery. And shall look forward to seeing what sort of results your methods can produce. Good luck tomorrow. Now, if you would excuse me. Athena, I'm sorry. I really mean it.